So let's start. Okay, so we are going to create this file, okay, in the config folder. So you have to navigate your either you just when you say nano and file, either you can just give like this, or if you are running from somewhere else, you just have to give this path. Okay, whatever you do is the same. So let's open this file. Okay, and we are going to paste this content. So if you look at here, there are few things you need to uh, look into that. So basically, this is the URL, right? To say like to make Hive to use a Metastore as a MySQL. So we are providing the JDBC URL of MySQL, JDBC colon MySQL colon localhost and database Metastore. See example, if you are configuring Metastore as another RDBMS system, say example Oracle or SQL Server or Postgres SQL, then you need to provide the respective JDBC URL here. Okay, that's basically the change, right? And then you have to provide the see what is this JDBC? People who are from non-bag programming or maybe the database background. So JDBC is one of the interface to connect from application, any application. If you want to connect to the database, we use the JDBC connector, which is interface to connect the database and pull the uh, retrieve the data or save the data into the database. Okay, so every database vendors or providers provide the JDBC drivers for respective databases. For MySQL, there is a separate MySQL JDBC driver is there, which is a jar file, which is the packaged file called jar file that we will be downloading it. So we are using MySQL as a JDBC, uh, like MySQL JDBC connector. We'll be downloading that file as well. So I will show you in the next step. So you provide your JDBC URL and provide the driver which you are using to connect the database. And also you have to provide this property with the username which you are going to connect. So Hive user we are going to use it, and the password is data making. So these four properties very important. This will change for whatever the Metastore database you want to configure. These are the four properties you have to look it and change it. And then apart from this other um, different properties, probably this Hive server 2 we will be using in the later session. We will check. So basically the Hive Thrift server port default port number is at 10,000. So we will be using in the future. I will tell you that time. So for now, to configure MySQL as a Metastore, these are the four properties which important. So let me copy this file content from here to. Please stop me if you have any queries. Copy this. I think I am recording. Yeah, I'll just go to here, paste it. So this is done. Save it. Control O, Control Enter, and Control X to come out. Okay, this is saved. Now we need to download the JDBC driver uh, that is exist in this URL. Okay, I'll just download this. I will come out of the software directory. Come like two step back to this directory. I will download the the JDBC jar to this location. This is also a tar.gz file. You need to extract it. So run this command. So if you see here, so this is the extracted JDBC driver folder. You can find there is a file called mysql-connector-java 5.1.49.zar. So this is a jar which is used to connect a database, and I will use this jar to connect a database and insert the metadata information to the Metastore database and retrieve and save all this. It will be useful. So we need to place this jar in a USR share Java folder, as well as um, there is a one more directory. So in the Hive installation directory, you will have a lib folder. Inside that you need to place 2 places you need to put. So let's check this directories exist. USR share Java. Yeah, this exists. Just copy here. See, either you can copy the file directly into this directory, or we can rename also. You can, if you don't want this extension, sorry, this version in your in the file name suffix, you can actually ignore while copying it also, right? So either you can just copy, like you can just give the path alone, so the same file will copy, or you'll just rename and copy if you provide the different file name. So I will run this command. So now let's check. So it is copied here. Similarly, I will show you this directory also. In the lib directory, you will have all the libraries inside Hive. There will be many, whatever component Hive is interacting, those JDBC jars will be available here. Okay. JDBC and the all Hive will connect to the STFS and other components, right? So all the dependency jars will be, by default, it will be available. Whichever, if you don't have it, which we need to place it here. So let's place the MySQL JDBC driver here. Okay, this is done. Now we need to configure the schema. Okay, there are, see, we just created a empty Metastore database, right? So we need to configure, there is some script available. That script you need to run it on that Metastore database. For that, Hive gives you the utility called schema tool. So it will be there in your build folder. So if you look at Apache Hive/bin, you see the schema table. If you run the schema tool, and it will actually create respective tables in your Metastore database to store the metadata. So, and when you run this, you need to provide the what is your DB type you are using. This is for MySQL. For Oracle, it will be Oracle. For SQL Server, I think either it is MS SQL or SQL Server. I don't know the exact. And Postgres, it is Postgres, something like that. So it has different script for different databases. So it will use the respective script to run on this databases. So let me run this. Okay, so it says no such method and colon com.google.common.base some precondition. So this is kind of one of the known issue. The reason is there is a jar version dependencies. Okay. There are set of jars related to some in Hive lib folder, the jars with the start with the Goa, right? So this jar is having an older version, right? And we can bring it from our Hadoop installation. Okay, so Hadoop installation has I think something related to Goa version 2 27. So we'll bring that jar. So we'll just take the backup from the current directory. So let me show you that. So this jar is causing the problem. So we need to replace this jar with the latest version, which is available in your here. You go to the Hadoop installation, in the Hadoop installation directory, share Hadoop HDFS lib directory. You will find the newer version of the jar. So we are going to take it from here. So I will show you, do ls and show you. Where, see, this jar we are going to use it. So first we will take the backup of our Hive jar. So you can just say copy move command and file name in the same location, just give the different file name. So it will take the backup. Then copy from Hive Hadoop location to this location. This is also run done. Now again you rerun this schema. It will run for some empty screen, so just ignore that. So finally it will say schema tool completed. Initially say session script is completed. Once you see this message, then it is everything went good. Okay. Then after once you do this step, you need to run. You need to actually upgrade Metastore. Some places they are saying this is an optional step. Okay. We'll just if suppose if you face any some while creating Hive tables, if you see some schema mismatch, then we will come and execute this step. Okay. For now, we'll just keep this as for us. Just we'll keep it, park it. If any issue comes, we'll use this. Okay, so this has some upgrade script. Okay, now we need to start two services. At least one is important. The Metastore service we need to start, but Hive Service 2 is you can, if you are trying to use JDBC from, like if you want to connect Hive through JDBC, then you need this one. Okay, let me start both the service. I will open one more session. So, and NoOp is kind of one service to run this service in a background. NoOp is to run your any program in a background. Okay, so now once I run those two, you can the verify the port of Metastore, which is a 9083. Let me run this. So you should see this port is listening. Okay, just to make sure that Metastore is running, Metastore service running. I think everything is went good. Now you should be able to run your Hive CLI. I went here, say Hive. So Hive is ready. You can say show databases. By default, the default databases will be there. Okay, so and show tables. There is no tables for now, as of now. Okay, so now Hive is ready. You can access this Hive Web UI, Hive Server 2 Web UI using this URL. Okay, but the Hive installation is completed. Okay, so let's discuss about only one topic, which is Hive external table, and then probably we will uh, wrap up today's session. So tomorrow we will start discussing about other concepts. Like we'll start with the probably the joints, the traditional joints, the inner join, left outer join, and right outer join, and full outer join in Hive. And then we will focus on partitioning, bucketing. These are the very important concepts in Hive. You have any questions before I start Hive external table? Anyone has any question? Okay, no problem. Thanks. Now, you just I shared you the link. Please go to that link and open this install Apache Hive 3, and just try to install the Hive when you get a time. Okay, so that it is easy to follow. Whenever I introduce some concepts, you can just try your. So Hive is one of the main concept you need to. Yeah, it's already shared, Chandu. I think I will share in the WhatsApp group as well. But yeah, this is the link. You can open this link and you will find this file called install um, install Apache Hive 3 underscore version 1.0. This file has all the details. Just follow this and install it. And please, now this is the time we have to start exploring about Apache Hive. So MapReduce learning concept is important, probably because we are not mainly we may not use MapReduce as a program to build your processing logic, but Hive is definitely will be using Hive. So whether you use Spark or Hadoop, Hive is a mandatory component to use. So I request everyone to practice it. So the even the sample script also is there in the other document which I shared the location, right? So basically, so so in the Hive ref 1.1.txt, you will have some sample programs you can just practice. I put the sample data set also here. Now let's go and discuss about Hive external table. Okay, let's use a Hive external table in this custom customer table. Okay, so what is Hive external table? Hive external table also, it's a like say almost no, normal table in Hive. So basically, it's similar like managed table or internal table. The only difference is you don't need to the Hive need not to maintain your data like which you load into this data external table. When you create external table, there are two options available. Okay, one is you have your data in your own directory. So I will never disturb your directory, your files. So I will just only act as a pointer to your file. Okay. So while creating a Hive external table, the the keyword changes is the basically external keyword will be used. Hive, sorry, create external followed by table keyword, and if not exist, and the table name and the same column names you will be providing, comment everything. The all this format also like terminated by space or comma whatever, and the file stored file format is text file, and you can change whatever file format. And additionally, you will see one more keyword is being used, location, and you provide where your file is located in HDFS, right? This is one way to create external table and specify your file path, so that when you query a table, it is going to fetch the records from this location. So it will not use warehouse directory store this file. So Hive for external table, I will not use a warehouse directories to store your actual data. Right? That's a one difference. And if you don't know, like when you create an external table, you don't have this data inside your HDFS, then you no need to specify the location. And then when you start loading, then that time the data will get loaded into this table. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let us copy our okay here. In HDFS, let me create this directory. HDFS, DFS.
Any external storage system.
Sorry, sorry. Can you repeat? Hello. What is your question? I did not get. Your voice is breaking. Sorry, I missed your question. Can you repeat? Um, can you type here if the external tables will not? No, external table basically Hive will not manage. So this storage, at least it uses the warehouse directories to store the one folder for. Okay, so yeah, it can use you can use S3 for storing your data. If your data is available in S3, you can actually point to your Hive table. That's also you can do. Is that your question?
Yes, that's the my
Yeah. Okay. All right. Even HBase also you can.
question.
Yeah, correct. So Hive table can point to the S3 data also. That is possible. Okay, let me copy my file here. So I'm going to create an external table for my customer data set. Just copy. I just created it for directory. Let me go and copy this. It's okay. It's not perfect. And when you drop the IO XML table, so it will not delete the data which you specified in your own directory. So what I mean is, okay, let's create and then I'll explain you. So just give me 1 minute. I'll just put a charger. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so let's create one new database. Okay, say create database. I'll say just say demo DB and use the database. Use keyword followed by database name demo underscore DB. Here I'll just create a external table. I'm going to run this table creation. So create external table if not exist, giving the table name as customer underscore ext, column information, and all this delimitation of your fields in a file and line delimiter, and the file is stored as text file and the location. So you're instructing create a schema for a table for my data which is stored in this location. This is exception got exception DTL path does not exist. Okay, so we need to give the directory, not the file. Okay, now, okay, so one thing is I'll just try to select. There are a couple of things I will show you. So this showing the data of my table. Okay, so if you want to describe your table, this here describe. You just give the column name and uh, scheme, the data type of your columns. And if you want to give more, if you want to get more details, you can use one more keyword after describe extended extended. Here it gives more information, whether it is um, there will be a one property called external. It be true for here, and also table type. It will say external table. So I will try to create one internal table or manage table. So which we discussed yesterday, right? So let's create this table. Just customer. Now we'll try to see the schema for this. And it says table type as managed. And if you look at the location property, this location property, here it says the warehouse location of your database. A warehouse location for your table. But in case of external table, is this location as whatever the location you specified, basically your own location, a data, hive, customers. Now, when you drop this table, external table, so this data will not uh, deleted because this is managed by you. The location is managed by the user. But in case of managed table, it will drop the data because the warehouse is maintaining the data. These are the few of the differences between managed table and external table. Generally, if we have a separate, so think of as there's a job which brings the data from outside the cluster. Like there's a source which generates the files, and you are placing into specific HDFS directory. So you can keep that directory as your data directory and create a table and point to the directory. Okay. So whenever new data comes, you can query the data and see it. That's one way. And say example, if you are actually uh, want to store the data into you write some queries and generate the result and then save it into different table. That time you go for managed table. Generally all your raw data will be maintained your as external table, and if any aggregated data or summary data or reports data, mostly it will be in a managed table. These are a few of the scenarios we can think of where to use managed table and where to use internal tables. Okay, so with this, probably we will close today's session. So we saw how to install Apache Hive, and we discussed about yesterday Hive managed table and Hive external table today. So you can practice these examples. You please set up your Hive on your machine, in your local machine, and then practice these examples. Tomorrow I will come up with more join queries to uh, two data set, and I will try to create tables for those data sets and do the perform the join operations. Do you have any question?
No, Pari, I'll do the installation today and then I'll do all these activities.
Okay, no problem. Uh, If others have any question, I can take, or we can close the session. Okay. See you tomorrow. I think. Yeah, no question. Okay, thank you. See you tomorrow, same 7:30 a.m. IST. Thank you so much, friends. Bye.